Hi everybody, this is Crystal with Hugs, Love, and Oils, and today is Tuesday, so I'm going to name this Toxin Tuesday. I am going to read some things, so forgive me because it's a lot to read and it's not all in my head. So the average family in the United States, they wash about 80 pounds of laundry each week, with half a cup of detergent per load. An average of 4 cups of detergent per home ends up in the waterways and affecting air quality each week. So each piece of your laundry you pull out of the washing machine, it contains toxic residue from detergent, which not only lingers in the fabric, but it rubs off on your skin. So what are conventional laundry detergents full of? They are full of fragrance, and I forgot to tell you this, but laundry detergent and dryer sheets are the top 2 toxins in your home, okay? And that's why we're going to talk about laundry detergent. So most detergents have signature fragrances which are designed to stay in your clothes. If you've seen any of those commercials on TV, oh, it lasts a week, it lasts weeks. That's terrible. You don't want that. The unscented versions add masking chemicals, which simply cover up the fragrance with another chemical. So now, the American Cancer Society states that today, 2018, 1 in 3 men and 1 in 2 women will have cancer in their lifetime. Now, cancer is now the leading cause of death in children, and exposure to chemicals in our homes is a leading factor. And we wonder why, because of all the chemicals that we use in our home. So the laundry detergents ingredients can potentially be absorbed, they can be absorbed through the skin or breathed in through your nose. And then as well as they're passed down to the drain to damage aquatic life and our waterways. So since government agencies do not regulate harmful chemicals in the cleaning products, it's time to open our eyes to toxic blind spots, and we need to start making healthier choices. We have the power to remove the toxins from our own home, okay? And you can't control what's outside the environment, but you can control what's in your own home, and that's very important. So we want to take charge and protect our family. All right, so just here's a little history about how laundry detergent changed. Germany developed the first synthetic detergent to be used for laundry and dishwashing. So the household company like Procter & Gamble, it started in the early 1930s. So before they used soap, but because they were running low on the fats and the oils, they came out with a way to make synthetics, and that's how they started in getting them in our laundry detergent. All right, so why is our laundry detergent so toxic? There are 25 volatile organic compounds per load, and they're all classified as hazardous air pollutants. So the first one we want to talk about is synthetic fragrance. Hundreds of synthetic chemicals are hidden in the trade secret fragrant recipes, and they do not have to be disclosed or tested. According to the EWG, fragrance is among the top 5 allergens, and it triggers asthma attacks as well. So also, phthalates have been linked to obesity and hormone disruption, which affects both development and fertility. And then at the Mount Sinai Children's Environment Health Center, it's been linked to exposure to synthetic fragrance in the 1st and the 3rd trimester prenatal exposure to ADHD and autism. Now, you might also see natural fragrances. That doesn't necessarily mean it's safe either. So they call it organic or natural fragrance omitted, and those are emitted as just as many hazardous chemicals as conventional products with fragrance. So you want to be careful about that. You also have unscented detergents. Be aware that unscented versions of products are typically the same as a fragrance version. They don't have a scent, but also thanks to the addition of a masking chemical. So they're just as bad even if they're unscented. All right, so what else do we have in our laundry that's bad for us? Optical brighteners. These are formulated to intentionally remain in your clothes. They're very toxic chemicals, and they're constantly in contact with your skin, and you breathe them in through your lungs. Not to mention that they're toxic to fish, and they cause bacteria mutations. All right, some of these words I may not be able to pronounce. Non-phenyl ethylates. They stand for NPES. These are non-ionic surfactant petrochemicals, and they've been banned in Canada and European, but they're still found in the USA products. So the NPEs are endocrine disruptors that adversely affect physical function and fetal development. Infants and children are especially vulnerable to these chemicals, which are known to affect neurological, immune, cardiac, kidney, and liver function as well. I don't want that around my kids. Yuck. Okay, so let's talk about bleach, aka sodium hypochlorite. Bleach is involved in many household poisoning and any other chemicals. It's considered human carcinogens. The chlorinated compounds are emitted during use, and as it flows down the drain, bleach can produce organochlorines, which are endocrine disruptors, neurotoxin, and carcinogenic. Bleach is not only harmful to your health, but it also degrades both synthetic and natural fibers, and it reduces their longevity. So you're not helping your clothes by using bleach at all. All right, so let's talk about LAS, which is linear alkyl benzyne sulfonides. These are ionic surfactants on your label, and during their production process, carcinogenic and reproductive toxins such as benzene are released into the environment. They also biodegrade slowly, making them a hazard in the environment. All right, I think we talked a little bit about phosphates, but phosphates are the main cleaning ingredient in many detergents and household cleaners. Now, they've been known to cause nausea, diarrhea, and skin irritation. They remain active after a wastewater treatment process and ends up in the rivers and lakes, which they act as a toxic fertilizer. In the water system, they increase algae growth and suffocate salmon and other aquatic life, literally starving them of oxygen. That's very scary, but all this stuff is in our laundry detergent? Yuck. All right, how about sodium lauryl sulfate? And then also sodium lauryl sulfate. Two different, but they sound very similar. And ammonium lauryl sulfate. They're commonly used in many detergents. The sodium lauryl sulfate, it's linked to eye damage, depression, irritation of the skin and eyes, organ toxicity, developmental and reproductive toxicity, neurotoxicity, endocrine disruptor, ecotoxicity, and biochemical and cellular changes, and even cancer. It's also diarrhea, and including even death. Okay, let's talk about I4-dioxane, or it's also called dioxane, or diethylene oxide. Since it's a byproduct rather than ingredient, it doesn't have to be listed on product labels. So these companies don't have to list these ingredients. In California, it's considered to cause cancer and be toxic to your brain and central nervous system. It can cause miscarriages, birth deformities, birth defects, kidneys, liver, and respiratory system. The U.S. federal regulation systems considers dioxane's potency to be equivalent to or greater than many pesticides and considered dangerous to humans. Okay, let's talk about formaldehyde, nitrosamines, phospholates. So when you use a laundry detergent contaminated with dioxin, it goes everywhere. It never breaks down, and the water filters can't remove it, and it isn't biodegradable. All right, here's some other things to look for. I can't even pronounce some of this. Mureth, Olith, Loreth, Ceathrith, and any other ETH. PEG, polyethylene glycol, or polyoxyethylene, oxalanol, sodium lauryl sulfate. They just renamed the chemicals, okay? So you guys need to Google dangers of, and that will help you. What about petroleum distillates? These are solvents used to dissolve dirt. They've been linked to mucous membrane damage, lung damage, and inflammation, asthma, and cancer. They are derived from a synthetic crude oil. All right, what about phenols? This is recognized as being so toxic that people who are hypersensitive to it could experience death or serious side effects at a very low exposure. So even a little bit. It is rapidly absorbed and can cause toxicity throughout the entire body, wreaking havoc on the central nervous system, heart, blood vessels, lungs, and kidneys. All right, so we talked about the cancer. I'm just reading. But 80 pounds of laundry, average weekly amount of laundry cleaned per week. All right, so we talked about those toxins. I didn't even talk about laundry detergent. Dryer sheets, and I'm going to talk about those later, but I'll talk about those next week. But this is Toxin Tuesday. Now, you're probably asking me, what can we do instead? What are alternatives? And so I use a healthy, non-toxic. It's got no sodium lauryl sulfate, no dyes, no petrochemicals, no formaldehyde, no phospholates, no synthetic perfumes, and no optical brighteners. It's very safe. It's plant-based, and I love it. Great detergent. So if you guys are interested, get with me, text me, message me, and you know what? Do me a big favor. I want you guys to share this with everyone, and let's get all the laundry detergent off and out of our homes, and get a healthy version that you need to be cleaning your laundry with, because it's very scary. All right, so this is Toxin Tuesday, and I'm going to come back on next Tuesday and we'll talk about another toxin. All right, so please share this with everybody. Like my YouTube so that I can get it out, and also you can check out my page, my Facebook page at Hugs, Love, and Oils. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Bye-bye.